This hour with some breaking news on the Rotherham by-election, with Labour winning it by more than 5,000 votes. There you can see the results there on your screen. Sarah Champion, the newly elected MP for Rotherham. The seat was vacated after Dennis McShane, her colleague now, who vacated that seat. Labour winning it by 9,866. In second place, it was UKIP who capitalised, or potentially capitalised, on a foster case row that happened in that constituency. Some say exploiting that foster case row for political gain. Third place, BNP candidate Marlene Guest. And in fourth place was the Respect Party. Tories and Lib Dems down in fifth and sixth place, respectively. The constituency, as I said, has been the focus of much attention recently.
Where are the Lib
after a
Dems?
foster family living within the boundaries of Rotherham was broken up because the parents supported UKIP. Well, let's hear now from the jubilant victor, Sarah Champion, the newly elected MP for Rotherham.
Thank you to the people of Rotherham.
They've got the postal vote tacked up, but we've come a very big, strong second here.
You clearly targeted Rotherham. You're here tonight in Rotherham. What do you think is going to happen in the other by-elections? We've got two more. What's your forecast there?
Well, in Middlesbrough, it's looking as though UKIP will come second in Middlesbrough as well. And what we're seeing is a very clear pattern. Across the north of England, we are beginning to become the party of opposition in the north of England.
But is that really true? You can target these by-elections, you can put in your relatively meagre resources. I understand there's only about 19,000 members of UKIP across the whole country, so you can target by-elections. But when it comes to general elections, you're not really making that much headway. You haven't won a seat.
Well, you know, in the European elections, in cities like Hull, we came first. In the local elections last year in Sheffield, we got more votes than the Conservatives. We've just performed creditably well in the police commissioner elections. You know, the general election, 2.5 years ago, UKIP scored 3% of the vote. The last opinion poll put us on 11% of the vote nationally. You're looking at a very different party and a very confident party.
But for the last several years, I've interviewed you after numerous elections, by-elections in Barnsley, by-elections in Bradford. You've always forecast that UKIP will soon get a Member of Parliament. You haven't got one yet. You haven't even got a councillor anywhere across Yorkshire.
When I spoke to you after Barnsley, I said UKIP would grow. Barnsley was nearly 13%. Tonight is 21.6%. I think you have to agree, Len, that is significant progress.
Nigel Farage, thank you very much. Congratulations on coming second. But just to recap, here in Rotherham, Labour have retained the seat relatively comfortably, with UKIP second, the BNP third, and Respect pushed down into fourth.
And Len, the by-election was called because Dennis McShane had to resign. Just fill us in the backstory as to why Rotherham had this by-election.
Well, Rotherham is one of those places that's typical Labour country. Since 1933, every single MP that's been returned here has been Labour. Dennis McShane, he sat here we won 4 elections in a row. He bequeathed the Labour Party here a 10,000 majority. But just a few weeks ago, and it was just a few weeks ago, it was revealed that he had fraudulently claimed expenses, thousands of pounds worth of expenses, and the Standards Committee of the House of Commons recommended that he be suspended for a year. That's unprecedented. He only had one way to go, and that was out. He resigned. The Labour Party then called an extremely fast by-election. It's been little more than 2 or 3 weeks, and we now have another Labour MP here in Rotherham.
And she says that she is the first ever